The surface area of a sphere varies directly as the square of its radius. One more time. The surface area, how do you want to call it? As surface area, okay. Varies directly as the square of the radius. Very good. It's direct relationship. If the surface area is 36 pi squared inches, when the radius is 3 inches, what do I do next before I read on? Find blah, blah, blah.
The
36 pi equals k multiplied by 9. Therefore, k equals, when I divide both sides by 9, I get 4 pi. I have to go back and put it in. S equals 4 pi r squared. What do I do now? I read on, right? Find the surface area when the radius is 4 inches. So S equals 4 pi multiplied by 16. Therefore, X equals 64 pi, and I need the measurement unit. What is the measurement unit for surface? Very good. Inches squared in this case. And tell those people from trash management to put a cube on yards. Because yard is a distance, not a volume. Good. Is there anything else that you would like to look at? Ah, I found one. Problem 11 on page 549. Here's a line that passes through negative 1 comma 2 and is perpendicular to the line 3x minus y equals 4. Find the equation of this line. Very good. So I have the equation is 3x minus y equals 4. So negative y equals. Very good. Plus 4. And I divide both sides by, or multiply, in this case is the same thing, but by negative 1. Excellent. So y equals 3x minus 4. I found the slope of this line. I'm going to call it M1. How much is it? So therefore, since the lines are perpendicular, how do I get, and what is M2 of the line that I need to find? Very good. So now I can use y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. So y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1, where the slope is negative 1/3 and the point is given negative 1 comma 2. So y minus 2 equals negative 1/3 and x plus 1. So negative 1/3 x minus 1/3, but plus 2. How do I find the least common denominator? Or how do I add, I meant to say. How do I add these two? What is the least common denominator? Good. So then this one needs a 3 because it's over 1. So negative 1 plus 6. Negative 1 plus 6 is 5 over 3. So therefore, the equation is y equals negative 1/3 x plus 5/3.
Can you find one like this, but it says y equals 4, or it's
Yeah.
gives you like just like y equals something.
Sure. So let's say find the line perpendicular to y equals -3, passing through the given point 2, 5. Any questions on the previous problem? Anyone? Questions on the previous problem? So we want to find the line perpendicular to y equals to the line y equals -3, passing through the given point, which is 2, 5. In these situations, I recommend graph. Graph first to see what's happening here. Now, the question I have is, the question I ask myself is, how will I plot, or I'm sorry, how will I graph y equals -3? How do I graph that? Y is always the altitude. Right. X is always the position, but y is the altitude. So it's a horizontal line right here. Now the point 2, 5 is here. I'm asked to find the equation of a line perpendicular to y equals -3 and passing through the point 2, 5. So if it's perpendicular, right, it has to look like this. Can anyone give us the equation of this line? Y is the altitude.
It's
Anything else?
So if it was parallel, it would have been, what is it, it would have the same equation.
Yes.
Then
Parallel, that would have been
y equals 5.
correct. Parallel would have been y equals 5. Any questions? Is there anything else? Any other topic that you would like to see again?
When you have questions on the test that we have to like, we're given the absolute, function, you have to move it left or right or?
No.
Okay.
I was just preparing you for the next course, actually.
Oh, okay.
And what we will talk a little bit about in chapter 11. But in chapter 11 is a little bit more than just this. Anything else? We have about 10 minutes left. Is there anything else that you would like to go back to? Other than cell phones, though. Our cell phones. Our cell phones. Can't live without them. Okay, anything else on the topic? Anything?
the absolute value function.
Yes. An example? Okay. Very good. So let's look at f of x. Let's say the absolute value of x minus 1 and plus 2. You meant the graph, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Domain of this function, that's what I have to start with. I have no choice. What is the domain of the absolute value? Very good. Indeed, friendly function, unless it's in the denominator, which is a different story, but otherwise it's a friendly function. Absolute value is nice. I like absolute value. Good. So let's pick some values. Let's say -4, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. More than enough, but it's okay. So please plug in -4 and give me the answer. Very good. -4 minus 1 is -5, and absolute value is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. Good. Plug in -2, 5. Plug in -1. Plug in 0. 3. Plug in 1. 2. Plug in 2. Very good. Plug in 3. Good enough. Okay. First,
Yeah, for this, do we have to do the points, or can we do the shift? If we know
you
the
can, but we haven't talked about up and down shift, though.
Okay.
Yeah. So -4, +7. -2, +5. -1, +4. 0, +3. 1, 2. 2, 3. 3, 4. And of course your favorite. Any questions? From the lowest y value till the largest y value for the range. Any questions? Is there anything else you would like to review?
Can you put up like a free quiz on Canvas? Like a couple problems?
I can't think of anything else but what we really, I can't think of anything really, anything else that I could put on this test. We've covered everything. Anything else?
You said that 2 is the lowest y value.
Yeah,
Okay.
those y values too, to the largest y value. Okay, let's do one more system and then we can stop. Let's say 58 on page 303. And we have x minus 4y equals 4. And 1/8 x minus 1/2 y equals 3. So we're asked to solve the system. Yes, I'll multiply the second equation by, and of course I will copy the first equation by 8. Very good. So this is x minus 4y equals. Very good. So now I will obviously multiply the first equation both sides by -1. We never multiply by 1 because it's not going to make any difference, right? So we have negative x plus 4y equals -4, and x minus 4y equals 24. What is left on the left? Good. So what does this mean? What type of system is this? Inconsistent system. Has no solutions. Anything else? Okay, well, I'll stop here for today, and